we've got a hell of a lot of stuff to pick up tomorrow. Oh my God. So I was packing, Darren was loading. Whoa, just about got it all in. There's some on my lap. Of course, the car is like an oven. Guesses how much we spent at the auction. Good morning, welcome back. It is approximately 8:30 on Thursday morning and it's already absolutely scorching. I've just, I did about an hour's gardening, then I've been and done some work in my office. Darren is having a really good sort out of stock, so he's busy with that. But very shortly, we're off to Louth. If you're new around here, my name's Kirsten. I buy and sell vintage, antiques, collectibles, secondhand, anything I think I can sell online, on my website, on eBay, or in antique centres. And I do gentle vlogs about life working from home with 3 Jack Russells, doing a lot of gardening, and I show you the bits and bobs that we pick up to sell on. So if you think that's of interest, please think about subscribing. So yeah, we're off to Louth this morning. We're going to go to the antique centre. Got a load of stuff in the car ready to go. Going to get all that done, sorted out, rearranged, and then I think it's a case of come back and sit under the trees in the chairs because it's going to be hot today. Yesterday was an auction and I left Darren to it, more or less. We went to the auction viewing together, and then you know, we talked about what we were going to bid on, but then ultimately I left him at the computer with a mouse. So we've got a hell of a lot of stuff to pick up tomorrow. If we can fit it all in one car, it'll be one journey. If not, we'll have to go back, whether that's tomorrow as well or whether that's next week, I'm not sure. I finally got around to planting out the plants that I bought on Saturday, yesterday evening. Darren dug out a hole for me and then I put loads of water in it, put them out last night. I've watered them again this morning, so I'm hoping that they'll be all right. But this border's looking glorious. Look at this, stunning. And there's some lovely, can you see the Rebecca's there? No, I'm happy. As I say, the garden is always a work in progress, isn't it? And we will just keep changing it and keep adapting it, and it will gradually get better and better and better. Look at the sunflowers. These look amazing. So gorgeous. I'm still waiting for my echinacea to come out in full flower, but you can see this one started. That's got so many buds on it, it's going to look amazing. But hang on, I've got my first flower on my Cosmos Redcrest. I don't know what I was expecting, but that wasn't what I was expecting. Darren bought me the seeds. I just assumed Cosmos Redcrest was going to be red. It's orange. Don't know how I feel about that. It just feels all wrong. I think if I'd known it was going to be orange, I wouldn't have planted it right next to the calendulas, because it just doesn't stand out. It just mingles in with the calendulas now, and so it's not, seeing as I only got one proper plant to germinate and actually grow, I was really expecting something punchy red, big flowers like you get on the Cosmos. Instead, little diddy orange flower. After all that effort, I don't know, I feel a little bit let down. And as I was doing a bit of deadheading this morning, because it's been too hot to do anything, there's a couple of plants that I've realised that I'm really just not that bothered about. So this, I think, is phlox, but the rabbits love it. It just looks like a munched down kind of nothing. So I don't think I'll be growing that again. And the other one is zinnias. Do you know, I don't think I like them. I grew so many this year. The rabbits did eat a fair amount of them, but I'm just very underwhelmed by a zinnia. So I hate to say it, but I don't think zinnias are in my future garden. I think I'm going to try something completely different under these trees in the future. I think I'm just going to mix it up like almost like a little cottage garden, each one. The only problem I have is the wind blows straight off these fields, so I can't have anything tall underneath the trees because it just doesn't work. So those are my decisions for next year already. The other decision may be a little bit controversial. As controversial as gardening can get. Oh, I know people get very heated about gardening, but no, that's not what I meant. I think I'm not going to grow sweet peas. Not there anyway, because that's quite a prominent part of the garden, and because you have to pick off all the flowers to keep them flowering, it always just looks like that. So I think I'm gonna grow some sweet peas somewhere a bit more out of sight and have something a little bit prettier just there, more permanent maybe. God, the options are endless. Do I get more roses? Do I get some other climber? What's your favourite climber? The clematis around there is like my nemesis, so I don't particularly want another clematis. I quite like wisteria when it flowers, but I find like it's a bit underwhelming the rest of the year. The jasmine, I absolutely love jasmine, so that is an option because there's different sorts, isn't there? That one's just got like pretty little white flowers, but there's different jasmines, isn't there? That is a very good option. Anyway, thoughts. What's your favourite climber?
No, I think I'll put John Stein in.
I do. I'm surprised they took Henderson actually.
Well, he's been playing well though.
Yeah.
I think Tottenham got a couple of loose.
Yeah.
It is considerably later now. It's 4:15. We went to the antique centre, did all we needed to do. Then I popped to see my son, had a little chat for a few minutes. Then we came home, had some lunch. Then I had to pack the parcels because tomorrow morning we want to get straight off to the auction house to pick up because we might have to do 2 loads. So it's going to be hot again tomorrow. It is absolutely, it's just too hot to be outside today. So yeah, I've packed my parcels ready to take tomorrow morning, and I've done some work on my computer. I've also had to phone my doctor's surgery, and you know what that's like. You are 23rd person in the queue and all that. So it's been quite a productive day, really. I need to go out in the car and sort out packaging and stuff, but metal box in full sunlight, I don't fancy going out there at the moment. So maybe later, maybe in the morning, not sure. And I will have to go out and do watering later, but that can wait a while. What I thought I'd do is I would show you the bits that I've put on my website, and then I'll catch up with you again tomorrow when it comes to picking up from the auction. So these are the bits that I've picked out for you that are on my website now when you watch this. They're not yet. I hold on to them until I publish the video, then I put them out. See? And of course, if you're a member, you get to see them a day early, so you get early access. So I've got a little set of prints, and these are very vintage looking. They look great in a nursery, or quite nice on the stairs, I think. Anyway, these are our Pollyanna Pickering prints, sort of wildlife ones. So there's this one with the red squirrel. There's this one with the roe deer. And there's this one with the red fox. Now they're very light. There's no glass. They're printed onto, I don't know what they're printed onto. They're sort of a laminated print on a board, in a simple frame. So I'm doing those 3 at £6. Absolute bargain. And then I've got a couple of other prints here. Again, these are £6 for 2 this time. Little birds. Aren't they gorgeous? So there's that one. I think that's a wren. And there's that one, which I think is a great tit. On the back it says stage animals small, like Boots labels, but I don't know whether somebody's used a different picture or whether that is just the frame. I don't know, but anyway, that is the 2, and those are £6 as well. And then I've got this great money box that Darren found at Stickney. Isn't it great? It reminds me of like Felix the cat. It's a handmade one. You'd have to break him open. There's no stopper. There is a maker's mark underneath. Looks like JF. I've not been able to find the maker. Although there's lots of JFs, I couldn't see it in that particular style. I love the way his tail swirls around like that. Really fab. That one is 35 because that's a special little thing. Then I've got a leather box. Can you see the detail on this? The gold detail that's all the way around, and it's round on the sides as well. A lot of these leather boxes were made in Italy. They're like really fine Italian leather with the gold tooling. Now this one has seen better days. You can see it's all scuffed on the top. It's got some scratches there. And on the edges there's a bit there and there. So it's a little jewellery box. With that in mind, it's £6. But I think with a bit of love, if you got some leather care stuff and gave that a good buff up, I think it would look really nice. So £6, that one. We're on the 6s today, aren't we? Bear with it, I'm going to find the prices for the other bits. I'm going to do one more 6. This one's £6 as well. This is a vintage tin. I think this is gorgeous. Look at this. The colours on here are amazing. There's like a little Dutch doll, and then there's the flowers in the vase. It's like that all the way around. There's no brand on there. Now, it's a hinge lid, but the hinge lid is a bit broken there. It's such a nice tin. It does say EI&Co Limited, Shipley, Yorkshire on the back there. So I'm not quite sure if that's the maker of the tin or products that were sold in the tin, but it's a really, really nice tin. So that one's 6 as well. Then I've got a set of 4 old Bilton's stoneware. Can you stop panting quite so loudly? Can we pant quietly? It's really struggling in this heat. Cups. So Bilton's stoneware, made in England, vintage cups. So there's this one, this one, this one, and this one. I think it's really nice to have a set, but they aren't quite the same, so they're all slightly different. They're in good vintage condition, There's little things like, that's got like a little mark there, but that was made in manufacture. It's nothing in, you know, no damage as such. The only thing I saw, I think it's on that one, the tiniest of little chips on the bottom there of that one. So that for the set of 4 is £12. Then I've got 2 daisy glasses. Aren't they gorgeous? Love those. It's £8 for those 2. And then I've got one of these. I did have 2 of these, but unfortunately one got broken on the way home from the car boot. And this one's lovely. It's got daisies, different coloured daisies, and then it's look like tulips there. You see there? I think they're tulips, or anyway, whatever they are. But that's 4. And that is everything today. So I will catch up with you tomorrow when we go and pick up our monster load from the car boot. Good morning. It's Friday morning. It's about 6:30. Unfortunately, I woke up in the middle of the night with a migraine. Felt really dreadful. I've taken all the tablets I can take, my migraine tablets and everything. So it's taken it off considerably. I'm just left with the like dregs of it. It's not ideal because we've got a big pickup from the auction today, and it's going to be one of the hottest days of the year. So I've just got a load of bags and put them in the hallway. I'm going to put them in the car in a minute. And I'm just cutting up some bubble wrap so we can take some bubble wrap with us, because most of it is breakables. Perfect. Yeah, it's beautiful outside. It's not got hot yet. It's really still, which doesn't happen very often in our garden. And I walked around and I just fell in love with the garden. I do every day. I walk out in the garden and I go, oh, I love it here. And I think is it 2 years today that we moved in? I'll have to ask Darren. Yeah, still have that feeling of, oh my God, this is where we live now, which is so nice, isn't it? So nice to be so happy with where we found, because it's a big commitment, isn't it, buying a house? And I think after all that rigmarole of trying to sell and move and everything, to have actually found somewhere that we really love is a huge relief. Okay, I'm going to carry on cutting up bubble wrap, pack up the car, and then I'm going to try and get myself in the best frame of mind that I can. I'm going to get myself a good breakfast. I think I'm going to have yoghurt with fruit, and I've had some electrolytes this morning. I can't remember who, somebody said in my comments about, was I feeling rough because I was dehydrated, and do I take electrolytes? And we have electrolytes in the house. I've just been forgetting to take them. I used to take them religiously every day, but I've just been forgetting. So I've had some this morning, and I'm gonna have some more water, and hopefully we'll be okay, fingers crossed. So we're in the car on the way. We're going to drop off parcels and get some fuel, and then on our way to the auction. We're about half an hour later than we wanted to be, because one thing and another, but an order came through on eBay, and we wanted to get that packed and off before we left. But I've got a list of thank yous, because I know I didn't say thank yous in my last video, and I can't remember the last time I said it, so I'm going to say a list of thank yous for people who've ordered on my website. Jane, Dawn, Carla, Helen, Lisa, Marion, Heather, Janice, Jill, Sarah, Claudette, Claire, Leslie, thank you so much. I may have already said thank you, but it doesn't harm to say thank you again. And thank you to Jacqueline and June, who ordered on my website last night. Normally I would get those off today, but because I'm not feeling 100% and we're in a bit of a rush, they're going to have to wait until Monday. But thank you so much for your support. I really appreciate it. Oh my God. So I was packing, Darren was loading. Whoa, just about got it all in. There's some on my lap. Of course the car is like an oven. So I'm just waiting for Darren just to finish off the last couple of bits and then we'll get moving. Oh dear. Darren's unloading the car. Annoyingly, as I was driving, we were nearly home, I suddenly said, I can't remember getting that, because they'd piled everything up together, all our lots. One of the lots wasn't in amongst our things, so that's been left behind. I hope they've still got it somewhere. So I've emailed them, waiting for a reply. It is so hot. I need to get some washing out, so I'm going to do that while Darren gets all the stuff out of the car. He's annoyed because he managed to fit everything in. It was like squeezing stuff in every corner. And now we may have to go back anyway, so it's really frustrating. Anyway, can't worry about that now. Got all the little swallows on the, I was going to say telephone pole, maybe, I don't know what wire that is, but they're all lined up. So here we go. We've got 2 chairs, got some shelves, a little nest of tables, and then bags and bags and bags of stuff. And because they'd laid it all together, I didn't realise that they'd missed one lot. And now we're concerned that they maybe have missed more than one lot. So we're going to get the computer on and check that we've got everything. Still waiting for a reply from the auction house. So I think it's time to start unpacking. Now, I mean, if this is an indication of what's to come, I might be throwing these at Darren. We've got some little fruit, like onyx fruit. There's an egg, there's a couple of apples, a pear, and some grapes. This sky, made on sky. I'm assuming that was for a clock, maybe. Random. Some jugs and some bowls and stuff, but there's all of this to unpack. Just helpers on sleep on the job. There's Jenny, Benji, and Eddie. You're hard-working dogs, aren't you? Here it is, all laid out. We're taking the bits of furniture out and put those in the lounge. This is all the other stuff. So there's a canteen of Viner's stainless steel cutlery there, which we might keep for ourselves, we're not sure yet. Lots of thimbles in trays, some Susie Cooper, and lots of other stuff, and sleeping dogs, and 2 pictures as well. And then the only other thing that's in here is, you see that slim cabinet there? Fits perfectly in that gap. That had some crested, oh, it had all this in it. But I'm not going to keep that in there. So Darren's working on this. There's the little nest of tables and a copper kettle, 2 pictures, these shelves. I think we're going to use these at the antique centre for displaying stuff. That was the plan. A few more copper bits on top. These 2 chairs, they're really comfortable chairs. They're like conservatory chairs. Really comfy. Darren brought all this through here. So basically this is all stuff that we've got to wash and process. Some of it will still want thrown away. I can see there, that one's got a chip. That one can go. But yeah, that's all still to sort out. And then this is the state of my office. It's not too bad now. I do like this. Do you like these? Like little soup tureen things. Casa Pupo. Made in Portugal. I like those. That and the cutlery, and most of it is piled in these 3 crates here, the rest of the stuff. And I cleaned up my little shelf unit, so I'm gonna display a few bits in there. It's just some extra shelving for my office, and it's just a nice little shape. Fits perfectly in that gap. Although the sun hasn't come round to my office yet, it's really stuffy because there's no breeze whatsoever coming through. I keep feeling a bit panicky because it's so hot. But tomorrow the forecast is for it to cool down considerably. So I'm kind of looking forward to that because last night was so hot trying to sleep. Right, well, I think it's time to round up the vlog, but what did you think of our monster haul? And what do you think to Darren getting click happy at the auction? Any guesses how much we spent at the auction? It was £343.26. That was including commission. Benji approves. That also includes the lot that we didn't pick up, which was about, I think it was 15 plus commission. So I think that's normally about £18. See if I can find it. No, I can't see it there straight away. I think it was £15 plus commission, the one we didn't get. So I don't think that's too bad. Remember, that's those shelves, cantina cutlery, plus all that stuff. 2 big wicker chairs, my nice little display cabinet thing. We should do all right. What do you think? So of course tomorrow is Saturday. You know what that means. It means we'll be out buying more stock because we definitely need more stock. Remember, there are months and months and months when there's no car boots. So you have to stock up while it's the summer. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this video, seeing what we picked up at the auction. If you enjoyed it, then think about subscribing. If you could leave me a comment and a thumbs up, it really does help the algorithms. Darren's putting out a video soon. I've sort of lost track when this one's going to go out and when his is coming out. But if you want to watch more of what Darren gets up to, bits about the reselling, but also about the garden and the dogs, then go over and subscribe to Gardening with Dogs. There's a link in the description box below. And I want to say a big thank you to the members on my channel. I really do appreciate your support. If you wanted to become a member, it's £2.99 a month and you get the videos a day early and the occasional extra video. I am going to love you and leave you because I need to get on. Thankfully, I'm feeling all right. So long may that continue. So I might actually get some work done this afternoon. But anyway, regardless, take care, stay safe, and I will see you soon.